Enclosed are the parts that come with the Loopmaster in your box. This is how it looks when you get it. We got an armband, which I suggest you use if it's warm, because it'll give you that cushion. This thing could kind of dig into your arm if you're not careful. But if you're wearing a coat or something else with cushion, you probably don't need this. This is just when you're fishing bare armed like I have right here. So then we've got, this is the long arm, the short arm, and I've got two bodies. And this is the whole thing all put together. So what I'm going to show you next is how they all work together, and you can work the parts yourself. So first of all, we're going to show you how to put the thing on the rod. Here is an existing rod. I suggest taking the long arm out of the body. You've got it this way. So what you're going to do, if you're right-handed, which I am, you're going to make sure that when you put it on, this body is on this side with this one screw on this side, and you're facing forward. The other one will face you back. So we're going to face forward. You're going to have one of these screws in loosely. You're going to have the other one just sitting like this, and you're going to twist it around to about right here, and you're going to start screwing each one of them just kind of a little bit, and then you can go back and forth. And you screw it till it's fairly tight. You're going to tighten it up later as you go, but right now we're just going to get it on here so it sits square. Takes you a couple minutes, pretty easy. Hopefully I got the screws, this threads done right for you. This one's all the way out, so we can slide the rest of the thing in. This is going to be facing out this way. You're going to slide it down here, and there's a slot here which this thing will tighten up on. So you're going to push it in, and you're going to get it to someplace about right there. You're going to have about this much. You're going to have to adjust it after you put your arm in. Tighten it up, kind of cinch her tight so it doesn't move around. You're going to slide your arm in, and you're going to end up something like that, where I told you before you're going to end up pointing that way, and it'll be touching here. On the back cast, thumb will be pointing up, it'll be touching here. So that's pretty much where it is. And you're going to make sure that your arm is a little off center, because you can't relax when I can't relax when I'm straight on top, because my arm naturally has this little bit of curvature in here. This little curvature is kind of necessary to keep everything relaxed. So that's what we've got right now. The next configuration is this one right here. This is where this long bar right here, and you can take this out and you can put this bar on there. So what you have is the long bar with just this, with no curvature on top. I actually fish with this quite a bit because it's easy to get in and out. It doesn't restrict you. But what it does is, what I have found has done the best for me is, it teaches me how to hit singles rather than home runs. Because every time I try to hit a home run, I don't cast the rod, I start throwing it. So if I got my arm against this, I'm pretty much in control. And I'm not trying to wind up. Winding up is about the worst thing you can do when you're fly casting. In other words, what I actually do is, I overpower my back cast and I'll underpower my forecast. Because you've got a lot more power coming forward when you do back. So if you can remember this, remember to squeeze and relax, squeeze and relax. So that's what I like. I like this one because it keeps me in the lateral motion, which I tend to start wobbling, because when you start winding up, you lose all you start throwing instead of casting. The final one is this. If you don't have a problem with the lateral motion, I have one where you just got the short bar, and you can adjust that one, and it's really doesn't. So I'm just doing my stop. So I got to go up a little higher to get the stop where I want it, but you'll get the idea. And I actually do something a little different sometimes. I sometimes want to hold the rod down low. So what I've done is I can get down low. If you want to move it around, this one will move around wherever you want it when you're fishing low. So that's it. So you got 3 configurations you can use. This is the one I use for practice. You can still use this one fishing, but it's a little awkward because it feels awkward when you're fishing. This one's very easy to fish with. It doesn't get in your way. You can reel. This one is sort of, you don't even know what's there. It just basically does a stop. It does nothing for the lateral movement, but it does give you the stop that you want. Most people tend to go through their stop because they're trying to hit a home run. So this will stop it from hitting a home run. So that's how I describe it. Thank you very much for taking time to look at the Loopmaster and try it out. Give it a try. I think it will do some wonders for you. Thanks.